Perfect. All right. And if somebody could be so kind, maybe one of our awesome admins, Top Gun, if somebody could just pop onto the YouTube and just see if that audio is coming through, that would be incredible. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit the record button and we'll get started in here.
Just a thought for the people that want to watch. If you could make an easy link for the YouTube video, maybe put it in the crow's nest in Twitter, then some admins can easily hop to that video.
Sure. Let me do it right now. Hey, and yeah, I guess we should be able to hear each other. Very cool. I'm really excited to do this for the future because one thing that we noticed is, it's great for the people that are in Telegram, but all right, just pinned it. Cool. All right, so we should be everywhere. Should be streaming everywhere. I'm going to start the recording in here. All right, everybody, welcome in. Appreciate you all joining at this time. I know in the US, some people may still be at work, getting off work, taking it. If you're somewhere around the world and it's like 3 a.m. your time, also appreciate you. We have been in the weeds of development. And when I say the weeds, I mean the weeds. It has been a lot of things going on, good things. We've been building a lot. And the reason why we decided to host this AMA tonight is because it's been about a month or so since our last AMA. And we gave a lot of great updates, announced that we were no longer going to do a beta version 2. We were going to go straight into version 1. So we've made a lot, and I mean a lot of progress from that last beta push, that last AMA in the beta push to version 1. And so basically what tonight's AMA is going to center around is where are we at in the wallet? Basically, what's generally left until V1. We're going to talk a little bit about the buy and burn dApp, a little bit with the website updates, and just give a general overview of how far we've come in the last month, where we're going, and answer any questions that anyone may have. So before I continue, can anybody confirm that they can hear me on YouTube? Top Gun, did you check that?
I'm hearing you come loud and clear on YouTube as we speak.
Oh, fantastic. So we figured out the secret sauce. Great. We're streaming on 3 platforms. We're on Twitter Spaces. We're on YouTube. We're in Telegram. So if anybody has any questions on Twitter, if anybody has any questions on Telegram, just if you're on Twitter, please raise your hand, and because we're going to be hearing each other talk cross-platform. So let's go ahead and dive right into the first set of updates. Let's not waste any time for those who are going to listen to it on playback. So we'll start off with the dApp. And for those that don't know about the dApp that we've been working on, if you have been following the project, you've heard us throw around this idea of a buy and burn, which is great because we have built the first buy and burn that exists for Hex. And we have also built a buy and burn for our token Internet Money, or IM. So right now, as we are holding this AMA, if you go to app.internetmoney.io, or if you're on our website, internetmoney.io, and you click the buy and burn tab in the top right, it's going to bring you to our buy and burn dApp. Now, there are a few final bugs on that dApp, and that's why we're talking about it tonight. So with the upgrade of Wallet Connect, and for those who aren't paying attention to all the little intricacies of crypto, that's why we're here to communicate these things to you. So Wallet Connect is the biggest provider of the ability to connect your wallets to dApps. Now, MetaMask sometimes doesn't rely on Wallet Connect, sometimes it does. But anyways, Wallet Connect just upgraded their technology from version 1 to version 2. Now, on our dApp, we're still on version 1. We're working on those version 2 upgrades, so you may experience some wallet connection issues. It's being worked on. And there's a few other just final little, UI enhancement or user experience enhancement bugs. But with that said, the buy and burn for IM on Pulse Chain, Ethereum, and Binance Smart Chain, and the buy and burn for Hex on Ethereum and Pulse Chain has been operating. People have deposited time, which if you don't know how the buy and burn works, it uses the time token. And Internet Money and Hex have been bought and burned. Now, actually, more economic energy has gone to Internet Money, which is pretty cool to see. So just like a quick stats overview, on Pulse Chain, IM has burned 9.3 billion Internet Money on Pulse Chain. That was also bought and burned off the open market is 9.3 billion Internet Money. And the buy and burn contract on Pulse Chain for IM has 4 million time in it. And there will be more from the team coming in there once we finalize the things we have to finalize here. So IM on Binance, 6.8 billion IM has been bought and burned, and 2.6 million time is in that contract. And you can see all this for yourself if you go to app.internetmoney.io. And then on Ethereum, 3.5 billion IM has been bought and burnt, and just under 1 million time is in there. Now, more time is going to be in all of those once we as the team make those deposits. But that is happening in the background while we've been building, while we've been finalizing. Internet Money has been bought and burned off the open market several times. So that's pretty cool if you're an IM holder. It is officially, statement of fact, IM is officially deflationary. It is a fully decentralized token that is deflationary due to a buy and burn mechanic. I don't know of any other tokens that can actually say that. And if there are, it's few and far between. So before we move past the buy and burn, that's the announcements that I wanted to make. Does anybody have any questions or comments on the buy and burn?
If nobody has any questions or comments, I just want to say how bullish that is when you look at those numbers of how little time is in there, comparatively speaking, to how much IM is actually being burnt. And if you think about it, with supplies less than 10 trillion, now I know 9 billion seems like a drop in the bucket, but to be this early in beta on all platforms before any type of adoption happens, to actually burn 9 billion, that's a big number, and that's a real number. And what that's going to do, besides for, number go up, it's going to establish a floor. A floor price in any asset is one of the most important indicators for larger investors to come in and purchase an asset, is where's the floor? And that's what this is doing right now. It's establishing a floor. And from an investment standpoint, it is absolutely incredible to have that happening as we speak. It's actually a pretty big level, comparatively speaking. So I just wanted to say that. If anybody has any questions, comments, concerns, feel free. But if not, KG, carry on, soldier.
No, that is a really, really great point. Is that, yes, it isn't, when you think about the overall supply, 10 billion is a smaller percentage. But if you think about it, like Don said, I'm just reiterating and driving home that point. That's 10 billion that was bought off the open market, removed from liquidity. So put liquidity in there for other people to extract, removed IM, and then deleted it from existence, never to re-enter the market ever again. So it's double upside because it bought, added liquidity, removed IM, and then deleted it, never to be resold. It literally cannot be resold. Nobody owns it. It's gone. And so, like Don said, as the wallet gets more adoption, as more time gets in there, and as the price of IM remains low, because it's been low for a few months in this bear market, more is going to get bought and burned. There could be a sweet spot of wallet volume picking up price remaining low, more time being added in there. And while it's low, I mean, we could right now on Binance, $10 buys 1.4 billion IM. $10. There was a point in time where 1 billion IM was $440 on Binance. So we're talking about getting huge amounts for not a lot of money. And when this buy and burn contract buys that, gone forever. And I just don't think that can be really driven home enough. And I know some people are get it. Maybe you say, hey, move on. But for those that don't, that is huge. A deflationary token. Like we're talking about our economic systems in our societies that are inflating out the yin yang and destroying everybody's value. This is the opposite of that. It deflates. Deflation. Something to think about. Any final thoughts on the buy and burn? If you come up with something later, we can circle back. If you're in the Twitter space, feel free to request the mic. You can ask questions as well. But if not, I'm going to move on. Okay, so let's move on to some exciting wallet updates. All right. So from our last AMA, we are even closer to version 1 now. We've gotten some big boxes checked, and this week we are working on something that has been long awaited. So the two really, really big announcements in terms of features that have been updated. So for those that don't know, we are available on Android, iOS, and Chrome. You can download our wallet right now on all three of those platforms. On Chrome, the Chrome extension rather, you can use your hardware wallets to connect to it. So you don't have to import your private keys or your seed phrase into the actual wallet interface itself. You can use your hardware wallet. Up until now, we've only had Ledger support. And we actually was brought to our attention that, hey, you're supporting Ledger, but you're not supporting this like obscure way that I got my keys. We can dive for those that want to nerd out on key derivation, but we'll keep it surface level for now. So we've upgraded Ledger functionality. And also in this next update, you're going to see Trezor support, the long awaited Trezor support. So with this big update, we've been on our current version for probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Feels like an eternity because there's so much that's going to come out in this next update. And with that, it's going to be Ledger upgrade and Trezor support as well. So when you download the Chrome extension, you can use your Trezor, you can use your Ledger, and you can fully interact with the wallet, which is beautiful because it's one step closer to being able to fully replace MetaMask in every single way. MetaMask is, as we continue building, becoming more and more irrelevant. The second biggest update that we have coming out in this update is Wallet Connect integration. Now, this is something we've actually been working on for months. If I had to put a timeline on it, maybe 4 months we've been working on this aspect of the project. Many intricacies have gone into this. We've actually been fortunate enough to have communication with the Wallet Connect team. If you're listening, shout out for all you do. Wallet Connect, for those that don't know what Wallet Connect is the single biggest wallet connection provider that allows wallets to connect to dApps. So the DEXs, leverage trading platforms, whatever you're doing in crypto and you're using your wallet to connect to a website, that's a dApp, and 99 out of 100 dApps leverage Wallet Connect. Maybe even 999 out of 1,000. I mean, everybody uses it. So we've had a really clunky way to do it in the past, but now with this next update, it's going to be as simple as like you're used to with Mask. You just click Connect Wallet. Instead of clicking the little fox, you click the Wallet Connect icon. You type in internet money, and then boom, you're connected. That's for Android, iOS, and Chrome. Now check this out. There are many more wallets that are integrated with Wallet Connect on their mobile versions. But on their Chrome versions, on their desktop version rather, there are way less wallets that are integrated there. It is a much more complex process. So internet money is actually on the first page of the wallet connections. So if you're on your desktop and you're trying to connect your internet money Chrome extension, even other people that aren't trying to connect to their internet money Chrome extension, they have to look at internet money. They can't miss it. It's on the front page, which is huge because that's a subliminal form of advertising. Even if you're not using internet money, it's going to be a seed planted. And now for the Pulse Chain people out there, why this is so dang bullish. We are the first wallet in existence, the only wallet in existence on Android, iOS, and Chrome to bring this clean user experience and functionality to the biggest wallet connection platform that exists in the crypto industry. Pulse Chain now has firsthand representation on the biggest platform for wallet connections. Pulse Chain also has exposure to Android, iOS, and Chrome through the app stores. So from a Pulse Chain perspective, this is very, very bullish to people that, hey, maybe Pulse Chain isn't your main concern. That's also fine because from a user experience perspective, just simplicity of interacting with crypto, this is huge and bullish and takes the wallet from this clunky experience to something everybody in the industry is used to. It puts the internet money wallet in a whole nother category. So there, and I'll continue on the updates, but because those are like the two biggest ones, does anybody questions, comments, concerns, anything they want to share on that point?
If no one has anything to say real quick, I just want to just hammer home that point. You know, there's a group out there, Black Hexagon, RG3, that's out there on the Pulse Chain tour, which is an amazing thing they're doing for all of us here that support Pulse Chain. And when they're out there, for them to be able to have a tool like the Internet Money Wallet to make their and your job of onboarding so easy, so smooth, no need to import RPCs on other wallets that don't support Pulse Chain natively. No need to say, hey, now you got to get the hex contract, this contract address from here. It's all done. It's the easiest way to onboard, and it's going to be onboarded through iOS, Android, Chrome. We're the only ones doing it. So for everyone out there that's doing the hard, laborious work of onboarding people into the chain, you have enough to worry about. Make your life simple. Do it through the Internet Money Wallet because all those little nuances already taken care of.
Well said. And for those who have been around the project for, if you're an OG around here, if you participated in the sacrifice, you'll remember that one of the things that we talked about a lot as being our mission was making onboarding into crypto easy. We continue to take steps to prove that we're doing that. And we're onboarding every day. And yes, through Pulse Chain, which is the core, but we're onboarding into crypto, period. And we're making this multi-chain reality that we live in. We're continuing to take steps to make it more navigable. And that's so important because that's another step to financial. Because remember, financial freedom isn't just, I make lots of money. Financial freedom is being able to do what you want with your money.
Whenever you want, as much as you want.
Exactly. And what's up, Alsamak? Good to see you.
What's up? Yeah, I've been listening since the start, but I think it's freaking awesome. Just like what Don just touched on right now, like that's actually one of the things that I think is freaking cool because the reason I stopped onboarding was because of how difficult it was to sit there and explain to everyone about MetaMask and RPC settings and enter this contract now and all that. And it's something that made me realize that maybe crypto isn't for everyone, as much as I'd love it to be. And, I keep thinking about how easy it is with the internet money wallet. And a lot of the pushback that I would get when I would talk about it on Twitter Spaces was like, "Oh, we're still in beta. Oh, it's still in beta," But knowing damn well that we were going to get past beta, right? Eventually we are. And the main goal still hasn't changed, Working is so easy to onboard, not only onto Postgame, but crypto in general, And the little things that you mentioned, even if nobody knows about Postchain and they download the wallet, bam, it's in their face. So that's subliminal messaging right there, right? And we just mentioned right now too about Chrome extension. Even if they're not trying to connect to it, they're going to see it, And that's one of the things that I remember studying and how good it is and how good it works. Like when you're driving down the freeway and there's a billboard, you might have not noticed it, but your subliminal, your subconscious mind caught it. And, it's in there, right? It's in your brain, whether you know it or not. Right? The way that, TV and, commercials work and the colors that they use, like all that matters and it works. So I think it's freaking awesome, man, to hear this stuff.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way, and you're absolutely right. It's the touches, and I know that's a weird way to say it, but it's the impressions rather. Each time you can make an impression on someone's mind, eventually they're going to say, "Man, I'm seeing this everywhere. I got to look into it." And so, we'll dive a little more into this in a bit, but that's where the community plays a big part. Don and I are just two human beings. Every single person listening that believes in this, they need to talk about it too. And if you're waiting until, we're in version 1, certainly understandable. But at some point, it can't just be me and Don. It'll never work that way. No project has ever been successful or product, crypto or non-crypto, with just the founders talking about it. It's got to be everybody who believes in it, the community. Is when things go viral, and that is when things garner real success. So if you're listening, whether it's one tweet a week or a 2-hour live stream every day, doesn't matter, do it. So, all right, so let's go ahead and continue on with some of the other, I guess, smaller things that we have coming up in this next update. Okay. It was just some overall general textual cleanups. There was some funny things. Some people were experiencing an error where they were trying to swap from one token to another. And if you had more than 9 tokens imported, you couldn't scroll past it. Well, that's been fixed. So if you have 100 tokens imported, you're good. Some people have been experiencing a problem where when they're connecting to dApps, it gets stuck in this weird pop-up, and it won't actually let people connect to dApps. That has been fixed in this next update, so you'll be able to connect to all your dApps. Also, some people were experiencing the issue where if they were connected to a dApp, they weren't actually able to sign for the transaction. So they could initiate the transaction, but they couldn't sign for it. That's been fixed. Let's see what else. Also, this is a cool one, for my multi-chain nerds out there. If you are on, let's say, Pulse Chain, and then you wanted to switch over to Ethereum, previously you had to disconnect your wallet, switch the chain, and switch back. That has been fixed. So now you're able to, or rather not fixed, it was never broken, it's just upgraded to where now you're able to just, when you're connected to a dApp, you can just straight up switch chains, and the dApp will recognize that you're switching chains. So that's a really big one when you're doing like bridging and other types of things that require multi-chain communication. We've updated the app logo. I kind of like it. It kind of matches it matches the Twitter one with like the orange gradient square. So it should give a little more pop on the home screen. If you guys don't like it, feel free to give feedback on that. But we just made it a little more poppy instead of the flat black. Let's see. Oh yeah, okay, we talked about that. The universal links. Cool. You're going to see some refresh buttons. So on like your account screen, the dividend screen, the main wallet screen. Previously, to refresh your stats, you either had to go back and forth from a page, or sometimes people were having to physically close the app and reopen it. So now there's just a little refresh button on the top of every relevant page where, let's say you're on the dividend screen and you just want to refresh to see your passive income coming in, you'll be able to do that now. So we got a refresh button. Some people were experiencing the issue of if they were adding a token, it would add it twice. That's been fixed. So you'll now see a message that says, hey, this token's already been added. Oh, we've added another cool little tweak as well. If you're in the app and you're on the dividends page and you are switching between accounts, every time you went back to that page, you had to reselect the account. So it's now going to save the dividends page that you are on. It's a little enhancement. And if everything, also, let's see, we will have, okay. And a few other things will be finalized. Like people were not, some people were seeing broken prices. Like some prices were showing up as zero, even though they had coins in there or tokens in there. So that's been fixed. It's been fixed for multiple chains. It should, and we'll have to get more test cases, obviously, with people that are using it. Relying on CoinMarketCap or CoinGecko, right? Not relying on only MetaMask, who they want to support, right? Gatekeeping on top of gatekeeping. 72 chains and all their tokens. I mean, come on, guys and girls. There's still more ground to cover before V1, but this push that we're about to come out with is huge. And we've been testing it. We've got our private beta group. So if you're interested in doing private beta stuff, please reach out to me, send me a message, and I can invite you to that group. Now, that's for people who really want to nerd out and test. That's not like a tech support group where, you send people to help us troubleshoot. No, that still remains here in the main chat. We'll still help. But if you're somebody who's interested in actually, having a different device account, and you actually want to run through test cases, and that's for you. So if you're interested in that, send me a message, let me know. And yes, so this next update will be a very big step and put us much to version 1 than we've ever been. So before I continue, does anybody have any questions or comments on all that? I know I just said a lot.
Yeah, again, just to, I was going to say anything, take the opportunity. Behind the scenes, the major heavy lifting was in the Trezor support as well as the Wallet Connect. As we refine the amount that you're trying to swap, there's no commas there. With an upgrade. So that will definitely be there. And there's a lot of other little things that need to be cleaned up before we go to full V1. Because remember, after Sure, we do get the final audit, but it is possibly an audit behind it too. But realistically, once it's audited, we're not really touching it. Even though the seed generation process has been audited twice already, and that hasn't changed, and we do internal peer review, and we know who our devs are. They're US based, so they will be held accountable if anything nefarious happens. We personally know it's safe. We believe it's safe, but having that third party stamp to finalize it to make everybody else feel safe, it's coming sooner than we think. And just very excited about that. It's been a long, arduous process, and this is we really can see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Well said, Don. Anybody else have any questions on all those updates? I mean, that's when this update comes out, that's going to be the experience in the wallet is going to feel different. It's going to be a little snappier, cleaner. I have someone requested on Twitter as well. So one moment. Or if anybody has anything on Telegram, please speak up. Get to Twitter. And real quick, though, before we transition to questions, I actually just had one more housekeeping point, I guess, to say. If you are an iOS user, please, please, please make sure you are not using the test flight version. That's where we started when we were on iOS. But now that we are on the official App Store, please make sure you save your seed phrase and private keys. And because some people are having issues, well, it's because they have the test version of the app that we're pushing things that we're testing. And so if you're an iOS user, support email or the support feature from within the wallet, first of all, thank you. But reaching out for tech support, you have to leave a feedback email, or otherwise we can't help you. We're not tracking any user data. You're using the in-app chat and you want us to respond and help, please leave an email. With that said, I see Brandon and Donald came up. Donald was up first, and then we'll go to Brandon. What's up, Donald?
Platform. Some kind of an idea of where you're going and all this information, some of the information that you just actually shared. I came into the room kind of late, but still, is there a place where I can find that?
We don't have an official roadmap yet that we want on there. But as far as what you missed for this, we will type up a
Is it too early to expect any kind of connection or some way of connecting a bank card or a debit card to your account?
Yeah, so that is in the realm of what you call fiat on-ramps and off-ramps. And we are not quite there yet. That is completely out of the realm of the near future. At this moment in time, you cannot do that.
Okay, cool. Just checking. Thanks a lot. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, thanks for coming up and asking your questions. Brandon B, what's up, sir?
Hey guys, how's it going? So I just wanted to say first off, congratulations and thanks to the team for all the developments. It's exciting that we're kind of starting to get closer and closer to V1 there. I did want to ask a question that's a little bit outside the scope. I hope I can do with it. But I am curious, to what extent can it be possible to derive any sort of analytics from the wallet, like in terms of daily volume? Will there be an API? Is any of that practically possible?
First of all, Don is jumping up and down right now because we were literally talking about this like shortly before the AMA. Is possible, and it will happen on our part. But any devs that like the Internet Money Project out there, it's all available. It's all blockchain. It's all public data. The team doesn't have to do that, is what I'm ultimately getting at. But it is important, and the team will eventually do it. So
And most definitely does. So just for the sake of clarification, so like this is something, just so people can get a sense of how this practically works behind the scenes. This is something that's like public.
that I'm 100% sure. 100% anybody that can aggregate blockchain data could tell you right now what our wallet daily volume is just by tracking our swap router contracts. So
Awesome. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I think understood as if it was a possibility or not, but that's great to hear. It gives the the possibility that maybe down the road we could look forward to some kind of interesting analytics. So yeah, super cool to hear, man. Thanks a lot.
stats and analytics are so important to us. Like, we are stats nerds. We want that. We want to be able to have a day, or mainly for time, especially value proposition. It has speculative value, of course, but imagine if there was some kind of chart or database that showed a one-time token on Pulse Chain earned $1 for the last 7 days in a row. Well, then how could the price of time be anything less than $1 if it's earning you at least $1 just by holding it? So that's going to be a very important metric for the long term of establishing what's a reasonable price for time. And so that stat alone is like one reason enough to do it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like, we're all nerds, and this gives us something to nerd over. And this frankly gives people something to look forward to that I think wasn't so clear before. So I really appreciate you taking the time to clarify this, because I think this is just something, kind of another interesting thing to look forward to.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, and if you or any devs want to beat us to it, we're happy to let someone beat us to it for now. Because, again, the team's whole focus right now is fully dedicated on version 1 of this wallet. Like, that is, like, we're doing a little bit of work on the buy and burn, but that's because we had already started it and put it out there. We're not going to leave it in an unfinished state. But beyond taking on anything new, it's version 1 of the wallet being the best it can be. That is the team's full and utter focus. So, like, whereas we want stats, that would be very nice, that it's going to have to wait until after version 1. Now, I know there is a community developer who's not a part of the team, but he's just someone that likes developing. He's a developer by trade. I hear rumors that he's working on a stats site, as an independent developer. So if anybody wants to collaborate with him, build your own, it is 100% possible. And at this stage in the game, encouraged. It would be very cool to see. Your website would get traffic because we would point to it if the data was accurate. Something to think about for developers out there.
Yeah, and to also bring up another reason why that is important for us to track too. It's like, KG was bringing this up today when we were hammering home how important this is. If we did a marketing campaign, and let's say we did, I don't know, an AMA in somebody's channel, let's just say. What did that actually result to? Did it result in any swaps in the wallet? So having that chart and matching them to real world marketing campaigns, or if we put out a banner ad on Deck Screener, or do we do a commercial, or whatever the case may be, for us to actually have a place where it's easy for us to, even just for us to go look at, hey, what is happening right now with our assets? And I say our collectively because they're yours just as much as they are the teams. But to be able to match that to some other type of event, even like world events. Hey, there was a missile thrown in this country. Did that affect us? Or no, it affected us positively or negatively? Or what about that banking collapse that just happened in Iran not too long ago? Did that affect us positively or negatively? We're going to be able to match up real world scenarios, marketing campaigns, everything associated with us on a macro level, all starting with the stats. They are very important for a number of reasons.
Yes, I'm excited to see that too. And, all the things, like you said, Don, that we'll be able to derive from that, even, everything you already said. And also on YouTube, we have a watcher, Mike21. He says, so to be clear, how do I make passive income with this token? First of all, welcome to the community, Mike21. Glad we're outreaching. So you can learn more at our website, internetmoney.io/time, TIME. The long story short is we have a wallet as the core of our product. That wallet generates revenue. 100% of that revenue is paid out to the holders of the time token. You don't have to stake time. You don't have to delegate time. You don't have to lock time up. You just hold the time token and you earn passive income in the form of that blockchain's native coin, because the revenue that the wallet generates is in Pulse, ETH, BNB. And depending on what chain you hold time on, you earn Pulse, ETH, or BNB. That's how you earn passive income with this token. Now, we'll open up the floor to a full-blown any and all questions. And if nobody has any, we'll keep it as a short and sweet AMA. But the last two we get people's hopes up. But like Don said earlier, the big, robust tasks, the intensive, the heavy tasks are, for all intents and purposes, done, minus a few little cleanups. So that means everything else that's on this list is enhancements, refinements, right? It's not stability. So that is what the team is working on now, and what the team audit. And we will do another AMA. Next time we have a big app push, we'll do another AMA. And we're also starting to include release notes in the app pushes. So feel free. The website, we have finished the designs, which took a while, because it's just one want to get it right, and we only have so much time in every day. I think the timing is just going to work out perfectly, where we're probably going to get the new website around the time of version 1 of the wallet, which will be a really cool release. You know, new website, new app, all that. Who dis? We'll have some cool animations on there. I think everybody's really, really going to like this website. It's really cool. Very web, very crypto, very techy. It's awesome. And then as far as after V1, you know, we've been getting, you know, what are we going to focus on next? And now we're not going to deep dive into every little point there, but the two big features that are pretty much identified at this point for after V1 send and receive, of course, but maybe that some or all of that revenue to time holders as well, if a way to monetize it is found. And then also we want to revisit the referral program because that's been on pause. So I know people have been asking about the referral program. They've been asking about NFTs, and it seems like that is the big requests, and we think it's very important. NFTs because that is basic crypto functionality, and the referral program because that is going to help spread awareness. So we'll keep everybody updated on those. We still got a little bit of time before we focus on that. Identifying the first chain that future holders are going to get their airdrop for. So this will mean that time gets an airdrop, a new chain, or time gets launched on a new chain. We will enable in-app. We don't know what chain that is going to be at this point. We're still identifying, you know, probably take it to a community vote of what chain do we launch on. But we're not going to go any and every chain because there may be some chain at least that we're working on an airdrop for time on a new chain, and there will be communication about that coming out in the near future for votes. And yeah, hope everybody's excited about that. So that will conclude the official updates. Anybody has any
regarding PHUX, and yeah, I was just wondering if you guys have any ideas about how we could increase the liquidity in the
Sure. Good to hear from you, Brother Bass. You're always being super supportive out there. We appreciate you and everything you do. Search into PHUX and how we can PHUX. We like Buck and that team.
KG, I don't know if you can hear me, but I can't hear you. Does anybody else?
Oh, I'm sorry. I somehow muted myself on Telegram. I'm still going on Twitter. We just haven't spent the time yet to give an intelligent answer on how we're going to best leverage PHU. A good grounded understanding of both ecosystems long story short, yes, we want to find some way to let it and integrate with it. We just haven't dedicated the brain power to figuring out exactly how we're going to do that at this time.
How you doing there, KG? You might have mentioned this. I got in here a little late, but Trezor compatibility, is that good to go, or is that working? I haven't I haven't really been around for a little bit, so just curious.
No, that's a great question. We did cover that. And if for anyone who is just joining, this is being recorded, so you will be able to watch later. But also, we will do a Spark Notes version of what was talked about, so you can read it real quick. Long story short, yes, Trezor integration will be included in the next app update that we're going to be pushing. So that's going to come out very, very soon. It's practically done.
Yeah, I'll go back and listen for anything I missed. Thanks for that. I apologize for repeating it. So good to talk to you.
No, don't you dare apologize, man. Ask me about Trezor. We've worked on it for many months, so I'm happy to talk about it. Feels good to actually. It feels good for many reasons. It feels good to internally. We are literally working every day, and I know that everybody here listening, who will listen later, just a part of the community. You don't get to see that, and so you might think sometimes like, oh, what are the Internet Money team doing? You might even think that about other teams too. Like, oh, what are they doing? I haven't heard from them. Well, sometimes it's just you're in the weeds and you have families, you have life, you got to run to the grocery store, you got to do all these things. And all of a sudden it's been 8 hours. So time just flies by. And, we truly just have had our heads down working very, very, very hard. So we're excited to talk about the updates, and we're excited to, share the hard work that we've put in, but also for everybody a part of the community. Because if you're out there talking about it, if you're out there believing in it, you're putting your name and your brand identity at stake, talking about Internet Money, and you deserve to be vindicated too, to say, I believe in this project. I saw the vision. And you get to go out there and say, look at it becoming more and more real. I was right, not KG, you, whoever you are. I was right about this thing. And as time goes on, and as we continue to do more updates and continue to make this more real and more viable, you, as somebody who believed in this product, are more and more vindicated. And you should feel damn good about yourself for believing in the right team, in the right product, at the right place, at the right time. So kudos to you, and you're working hard. Your patience is probably the hardest of all works. So thank you, everybody who's a part of the community.
Yeah, well said, KG, man. I definitely echo that sentiment. I mean, look, there's never any guarantee of profits. And yes, expect everything to go to zero. But one thing can be expected is the fact that we are going to continue to work for as long as we can. And the fact that we did almost everything that we said we're going to do, that should just show that it's a basic pattern of behavior, right? So we are on the iOS App Store. We have a live app out there that actually works. Time works. It is putting dividends into your account. It's operational. And whether it goes to $1 million a token or to zero, regardless, it's done. And now it's up to us, the community. When I say us, I don't mean me and KG. I mean everybody in this chat, everybody listening out there. It's up to all of us to get out there and to love it, nurture it, and promote it, just like any other pet that you love. But here's the beautiful thing about it. You don't have to promote it as buy the token. You have to promote it as use the wallet. Of course, you can say buy the token. It's a great investment, not financial advice. Do your own research, that whole thing. But again, it's that the shill isn't to buy it. The shill is to use the wallet, because then everything takes care of itself. Internet Money gets bought and burned. Hex gets bought and burned. time goes up, magic happens when swaps happen in the law. And that's the beautiful part of the system. And it's here and it's working. And you can interact with it right now.
You make me bullish, Don.
As do you.
I have a question. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
So KG, I've heard you in the past talk about something about like if people hate on the wallet, they don't have to use the wallet, but they could still swap the burn. I'm just trying to remember exactly the exact words you said in regards to that. I'm out in the park right now, so I don't have notes on it. You know what I'm talking about?
You don't take your notes to the park, man?
Right. My backpack and everything.
No, so what you're referring to is one thing that we are going to build is, so our swap router that we have within the wallet, right? The ability to swap, we're going to extend that to our dApp. And now I didn't talk about it, and I'm not going to dive deep into it on this AMA because it's still more of like kind of a side part of what we're doing. So it's not a V1 wallet push. But we're going to give people the ability to use our swap router on the website, which is great because let's just say that somebody wants, and we're actually going to come out with some upgrades for the swap router too, which are going to make it much more bullish as well. But I'll save those updates for next time. I'll just give you a little Easter egg that the swap router and the swapping is going to become a little more bullish and a little more price positive for everything you're swapping in and out of. Easter egg, there you go. Long story short, is we're going to extend that technology to our website. So even if somebody's like, hey, I don't want to use the internet money wallet, whether they're lazy, whether it's distrust, whether it's whatever the reason is, but they can still use the swap router technology on the website, and that will also be pointed to time holders. So now even if somebody is out there like, oh, I don't want to download the wallet, like crypto people, I guess, if they're stuck in their ways with their existing wallet, well, they can still get benefits by getting better trades using the technology with their wallet on our website, and time holders also get paid.
Yes, that's what it was. 'Cause, like, I'm pretty sure that we're still going to encounter the issue about not wanting to use the wallet for whatever reason. I mean, we see people coming into the chat all the time, every now and then, you know, with their reasons or why they won't use it or whatever. But if there could be another way to get people to interact, then that would be awesome. It's just like another tool belt, to have.
Exactly. And that's one really cool thing about time is whether it's us, I'm even in some talks with other projects. I don't know if it's going to play out, but the point is the discussion is happening where it doesn't have to just be internet money team building products for time. Some other project, why would they do that? Because the hardest thing in crypto is building a user base and building a community. Internet money community has both of those things and it's growing. So this other project is trying to get off the ground. They could leverage the internet money community by pointing some of their fees. So I truly believe that we're going to see a reality, not only where we as the internet money team can come up with multiple streams of income, but we're going to see other project pointing their streams of income to time. And it's really cool because they don't have to invest in all the infrastructure and all the hardships that went into time. We invented that. It wasn't a fork. We invented it. Okay. So what it also creates is potentially the first decentralized company. Well, not me and Don as the company and whoever else is a part of our company. It's every single project that is building and pointing revenue to time becomes a global decentralized company. So even if one branch of the company goes down, project A, B, or C goes down, doesn't matter. There's still other projects pointing revenue to the token, earning dividends in native coin. Time's a really, really, really awesome and innovative token. It is. Brandon B, I see you out there when you say, oh, time is the most undervalued asset on Pulse Chain. I would one up you. First of all, appreciate you saying that and all you do. But I would one up you and say that I think time is the most, I don't want to say, because I don't care too much about price. It's the most
It's the best asset in crypto.
It's the best asset in crypto. I can like, and I say that objectively because I'm a tokenomics nerd. It's hard. I have yet to encounter the token that has better tokenomics than time. What's up, Execute? I see your hand up on Twitter.
What's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
Same old. I was just wondering, with your wallet, do you guys have pooling built into that too, or is it just like basic front-end wallet?
What do you, could you elaborate a little bit?
Like, does the wallet connect to PulseX or any of the other like pools on the ecosystem?
Oh, yes, sir. Actually, in this next update that we're pushing out, a part of all this AMA, we're going to be fully integrated with Wallet Connect, so you can connect to any dApp on any chain that supports Wallet Connect, which is basically every dApp on every EVM chain.
Okay. And have you guys have your, it's called Time, right?
Yes, and if you go to internetmoney.io/time, you can get all the contract addresses, and it currently exists on Pulse Chain, Ethereum, and Binance Smart Chain.
Do you guys have it on like PulseX V1 or V2?
It's on both, but the stronger liquidity is on V2. If you use the wallet to do the swap, you can actually get quotes from PulseX V1 and V2 at the same exact time.
Nice. Yeah, I made a meme coin the other day and just like been playing with it and this and that. And I noticed like obviously V1's not giving anybody fees and it's just like burning both sides, right? But I noticed on V2, I was the only person that deployed the contract and I put up like my own liquidity and I kind of just like let it free, like just ride. And I noticed that like there's another contract calling my contract and just taking Pulse out without even buying. Have you guys noticed that too?
It's taking Pulse out of your contract without buying it.
Yeah, it's technically like a flash loan bot, right? Like I'm even trying to like deep dive on it and I can't see any part of like it buying, but it's definitely a flash loan, like an EVM bot type of thing.
You know, a decent place to look, because honestly, the Pulse Chain Block Explorer is not great. It's like really hard.
It's so hard to get the data. Like I see the Pulse coming out. It's roughly like $3.50 every time it hits my contract. And I'm like, okay with that. I actually moved most of the liquidity to PHUX because I was like, hey, I'm not letting this bot just take all my Pulse. And but when you go look at the contract, you see it do like the execution order, but it doesn't even say where the Pulse goes. So it's like it's so hard to find like where is it going? It's like you just see it come in and like sell pretty much, like buyback, or I don't even know what it's doing because it doesn't say buyback and burn. It just says like swap. You know what I mean? But it's swapping and it's just taking Pulse out and it's sending it somewhere else. But you can't even track where it sends it. It's super weird. Like the Pulse scanner is like so hard to read.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's doing chain analysis on Pulse Scan is really bad. Now, one thing I noticed actually the other day doing some chain analysis there is check the tag of the transaction that you're looking at. If it says multi-call, then it's what Pulse Scan does. If it's a multi-call, even though it's the same transaction, it'll split it up like it's different transactions, but it'll have the same transaction hash. So that might be a potential lead for you to explore there.
Whatever they're doing, they're hitting certain. I think it's just going by liquidity pool too, because I was watching this one and it took from like the love liquidity pool. It took almost like 4 million Pulse out of it the other day. Or was like yesterday, last night sometime, and I was like, damn, that's $400 out of somebody's wallet. Like, I don't know. I pretty much moved all my liquidity into phux.io. I think like Buck, I like how they have that the multi-hub type of thing approach. Like it's less impermanent loss if you can pair up a whole bunch of stuff, right?
Yeah, that's cute. I was on that Twitter space the other day. And you were talking about KLD, and
Yeah, that's my
so
main
funny
point.
that you're here. Yeah, I know. I like it, by the way. But when you were talking about that, I meant to bring it up to KG and to ask that he would look into that too, because he also is a pretty good, I shouldn't say pretty good, one of the best that I've seen chain analysis deep divers that I've ever seen. And I wanted to link you two up because if that, I'm not doubting that that's happening. I believe you when you were going through it and with the facts that you were saying. There could be some underlying funniness that we as teams, need to know about, that we could actually, figure out a way to work around or combat or whatever the case may be. So I think that maybe if it's okay by both of you, maybe you and KG should, DM a little bit and share some ideas.
Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah, shoot me a DM. Let's. I definitely want to talk about it. I could nerd out for a long time on chain analysis, but I want to keep it, centered around AMA for internet money. So let's deep dive about that offline. Brandon, got your hand up, bud. What's up?
Oh yeah, no, I just wanted to piggyback on what you said real quick, and just maybe provide a bit of context for I think what's going on. I think the last couple days here, people have been in the fields because of the price and all, but I want to say that I think these are actually the good times, folks, and this bear market will not last forever. And not just that, but just being in early. I mean, we're still in beta. I just think it's important to keep in mind that even though there you can experience motions due to volatility, and even though we are still in beta, like in retrospect, people are going to realize that these were the good old days. So I just want to kind of put that a little bit into perspective. That these days is exactly when you wanted to be paying attention. And I think the people paying attention now will be rewarded for doing so in the future.
I can't fully speak to that because that gets into like financial advice and all that. You as an individual, hey, I have a different perspective from the project. But as far as the good times, you're OGs. Everybody listening to this right now, even though we've been building for 2 years and we've come so far, this is still very early. I mean, we're talking about going from beta to version 1. Think about iPhones. They're on iPhone 14, working on iPhone 15, on like iOS 16 with multiple versions of each. I mean, there are thousands of versions in. We're on version 1. Just something to think about. Brother Bass, see you got your hand up.
Yeah, hey KG. I was just in the money wallet, and I noticed my US dollar value of time isn't being displayed. I was just wondering if anyone else is having that issue, or if it's
Yes, sir.
just me.
No, some users are experiencing that, and that's actually one of the updates in this next update that's going to be fixed. So you'll see that soon.
Awesome. Cheers. Just thought I'd bring it up. Thanks.
Oh, appreciate it. All right, everybody. Well, I don't see any more hands. That is all the updates that we have. I'll open the floor one more time. Speak now or hold your peace. Not forever. You have a Telegram chat. You can join. We're always in there. Or until the next AMA. Any final questions or thought? Okay, I see a request. Here we go. It's our favorite Olympian, Sir Simon B.
Hey KG, what's up, mate? Can you hear me okay?
What's up? Loud and clear.
I just wanted to say I'm listening here. I've got a 6-week-old that I'm holding right now, so I can't stay on too long, but I just want to say every time I hear you talk, it just gets me fired up, man. Your passion is just incredible and unrelenting. And I just wanted to say that essentially if anybody's thinking, oh well, I don't know about dev coding or making a stats site or anything, one thing you can do is encourage people to download the Internet Money Wallet. Get on there on iOS or Android, download it, give it a review, give it 5 stars, encourage your friends and family to do it, even if they don't do crypto. Just get them. First of all, it's a great way to get them to start thinking about crypto. But the more traffic we can get on the wallet, downloading the wallet, to just get more eyes onto it, the better for the community. So as a very small thing that everybody can do is encourage everyone to download the wallet on Chrome or Android or iOS.
First of all, not all heroes wear capes. Shout out to the moms and dads out there of the world. You are superheroes. Second of all, completely agreed. Thank you for bringing that up. That is a call to action to everyone listening. Even if you're not ready to adopt the Internet Money Wallet as your main wallet, that's fine. Download it, leave a 5-star review, and say something in the review section. Say, great wallet, if you don't know what to say. Say something, because it makes the review realer for the algorithm. Great point, Simon. Every single person, regardless of what platform you're using, if you have access to all 3 platforms, do it on all 3 platforms. That is an incredible way to increase our app store optimization and get more eyes from people searching the app stores in the wild. Great call to action.
Yeah, hey, while I'm up here, KG and Don, I just wanted to thank you guys and the team for all your hard work. And I know that once this final audit comes back squeaky clean, the floodgates are going to open and everyone's going to come in and start using this wallet. I think that's just a bit of an obstacle. People are sort of sitting on the fence, waiting for that final security audit and V1 to go live. So yeah, I'm excited for that. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for the kind words. And again, thank you for all you do. And I completely agree that we're going to be in a whole nother realm when V1, I hear literally every single day without fail, at least one person when I'm out there shilling, download the wallet. And I'm shilling every day. If you follow me on Twitter, I am a relentless shiller. And I don't just, post number go up. Like I'm commenting thought things on other people's Twitters and stuff. Somebody's like, win V1, right? And that's fine. Fair question. Not upset at those people. So I agree with you, Brother Bass, that we will see an influx of people, and it's going to take away another objection that people have, right? And this is actually a Don quote here. He says, it's not about getting people to say yes. It's about taking away every reason for them to say no. And getting a V1 is a huge reason, or taking away a huge reason for them to say no. And so if you're out there too, and also I want to say a big thank you to the community. Something that I've noticed, like if I go on these other influencers on Twitter and I'm like, oh, download the Internet Money Wallet, it does ABC. Guys and girls, we're ratioing people out there. Like we're ratioing main tweets. We're becoming the highest liked comment on tweet threads. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. I was looking at this the other night. MetaMask has 1.1 million followers. Internet Money has less than 6. We're right about at 6,000. Okay. We operate within the same ballpark as likes that they get on their tweets. They average maybe 300. We'll average about like 80 to 150. Now, yes, they're still beating us, but look at that, 6,000 compared to 1.1 million. And we're getting more engagement than MetaMask, the biggest wallet in the entire industry. Like, is that not mind-boggling? That is like, that makes it hard for me to sleep at night. It's so awesome. And so with every single person, every time you drop a like, a retweet, a comment, you post your own tweet out there, your own YouTube video, you have power. Your voice, whether you have 1 follower or 1 million followers, You have power. Your voice has meaning and validity, and you should use it to promote the things you believe in. And if we all promote internet money, we're going to be unstoppable.
Amen, brother.
So with that, I think that's going to be a great place to end it. If you're out there listening, thinking, man, what can I do for this ecosystem? I'm going to say what Simon said one more time. Even just a wallet download and a 5-star review, that is an amazing call to action to end this. And if you're a content creator, or even if you're not, and even if you don't know what to come up with yourself, it's fine. Like the internet money tweets, like the KG tweets, like the Don tweets. If you see someone out there tweeting about internet money, like it, share the YouTube videos, either create the content or share the content, and we'll work our way to virality. And with that, we will post this soon. We will do an overview of what we talked about so that if you missed it, you can catch it, no problem. And until next time, I'll see you out there in the metaverse, everybody. Thanks for being a part of the community. Thanks for making all this possible.